Okay guys, sorry for such a shitty rainy day today. It doesn't do this truck any justice whatsoever. It's always horrible to have to show a vehicle out in the rain. But anyway, Colby's truck is done. You guys have been watching and you haven't seen his truck for quite a while, and you're probably thinking, Christ, that's been like 2 months ago. You've seen this truck in the background. Where is it gone? Well, we'll get to that subject in a minute. But right now, for those that are my new subscribers or anyone that hasn't been paying attention, go back, take a look. Colby brought us this truck last year, 69 Chevy, short box obviously, 6-footer. And he had some plans for it. We did a frame off restoration. Now we didn't do, as I would say, the white glove frame off restoration where it's like absolutely pristine, perfect. It's beautiful. We cut all the rust out. We did a complete roof cap. We did both rocker panels. The rest of the cab was actually rust free. We had to replace one fender. Hood was good, doors were good. Box needed quite a bit of straightening. Other than that, that's about it. As far as I went for the frame, what I mean why we didn't get carried away there was we didn't powder coat this frame or anything like that. We took the frame, we cleaned it up, we pressure washed it, blasted it a bit. We just sprayed it with some nice trim clad. It turned out beautiful. We put all new suspension in it. We went with a disc brake conversion kit on the front. This truck originally was a 6-bolt, so we went from 6-bolt to 5-bolt disc brake conversion kit, which also meant we rebuilt the differential and we changed over to a 5-bolt axles in the back. So it's got a brand new diff, a brand new turbo 350 tranny. Under the hood is a nice 350 engine with, believe it or not, 4.25 horse. Yes, it is 4.25 horse. I promise you that. Now, the valve covers and air cleaner, they may not look the shiniest here right now. These were on the old motor Colby had. Like I say, these are some of the corners that we cut to save a little bit of money. We just put these back on. Inner fenders, we painted everything else up. You can see we did all the hood, all the firewall. Now, Colby went with the original stock green color for this truck. He loved the green, and that's what we went with. I don't know what else to show you under there. That's about it for under the hood. Grill and bumper was all in good shape, so we left it alone. We didn't play with it. Now inside the vehicle, now the seat and door panels, Colby is going to redo these later in life. He's going to do them probably to match the headliner, but we repainted it the original color inside. Colby wanted to go with the low car shifter and a Grant wheel, nice wooden wheel, which actually looks quite good contrast with the color. So like I say, later on he's going to redo the seat and the door panels, but that'll be later on. Right now it's up, it's running. We'll give you a little listen to hear what it sounds like. So there we go, it's got a nice rumble to it. Get that good sound at the back there when you walk around. I'm sure where Colby lives, this is going to impress his neighbors a lot. That's what he wanted. Now when the truck came in, it already had a roll pan on it. Colby liked the idea of the roll pan, so we left it on. I do believe the lights are 48 Chevy lights. Normally the light sort of came off the back, of course. So we left a roll pan on there. Lisa got in here. She did a beautiful job hand painting all the letters. As you can see, this is not a decal. It is all hand painted. Now Colby's going to finish off the back, the wood himself. We moved the gas tank to the back. The gas tank is actually out of a Blazer, a truck just like this, but a Blazer. We had to modify it a bit, but it fits right in there. So Colby's going to deal with the wood later on in life. He went with some Riddler wheels. I can't remember the exact size on these right now, to be quite honest with you. I can't even see them with the rain coming down. I believe they're 20s on the back and they're 18s on the front, I do believe. And that's Ken's Wheel and Tire here in Chilliwack. They did a beautiful job doing the wheels and tires and doing an alignment on the truck. Colby also put some aftermarket mirrors on. These are actually meant for a Chevelle. He didn't go with the stock mirrors, he went for the Chevelle mirrors. So that's about it. Now, let's get on to the big reason why this truck has taken so long for Colby to get. I want to give a huge shout out there to the guys at the Old Car Center. Anyone that's in the local area that's out here in Langley, there's a place called the Old Car Center. 604-888-4412. That again is 604-888-4412. These guys are awesome. I bought the disc brake conversion kit from them, and they deal with CPP. Another good group of guys, CPP. What happened was obviously you can hear this truck is cammed up. We got the truck up on the road, we got it running, we got it finished off. We had no power, or I should say we had no vacuum at the power booster. Absolutely nothing. Now of course everybody said, oh well, the issue is that the motor's so cammed up you ain't got enough vacuum. Now, honestly, proper vacuum, you want to have around 18 pounds of vacuum is what you need for the booster. This truck is only running 13 pounds because of the cam. But still, the first test that you do on a booster, if you want to know if there's something wrong with your booster, put your foot on your brake or pump it up a bit, hold your foot on the brake, start your vehicle. When you start your vehicle, that pedal should slowly move down. If it does not move down, there's an indication there's a problem with the booster. Your next step is let the vehicle run. Go out after you've let it run, pull the hose off of your booster. Now your booster is this item right here. Now this here sits, you can see the master cylinder bolts on there. This item sits in behind your master cylinder. Pull your hose off of here after you've ran it for a bit. Shut your vehicle off, pull the hose off. If there's no vacuum there, the next thing you do is start your vehicle, make sure you've got vacuum actually on the line coming from the motor. If you've got vacuum, this thing should be holding vacuum. The guys at CPP now Lawrence down there took care of the situation. What happened was I phoned up Lawrence, I told him this thing isn't working, can you deal with it? I waited for around 3 weeks, I kept phoning there, what's going on? And Lawrence kept saying, I don't know, they told me it's gonna happen, they told me it's gonna happen. It wasn't happening. So finally he got hold of them and they said, well look, we're not going to send him a booster because we don't think there's really anything wrong with him, is what one of the guys said. But Lawrence managed to get hold of another guy down there at CPP, and again, you guys at CPP, great group of guys, and he said, look, this guy knows what he's doing, the booster is not working. Not only that, if you come around here and look at this truck, I'm going to quickly show you guys what you do. When you've got a cammed up motor, you put an extra container on it. And what you do is you run the vacuum that comes off, if you can see this, you probably can't, this is a vacuum coming off the back of your motor. This is straight off the back of the motor, it runs into the check valve on this container. From there you have a hose coming off running to the check valve here. Now when this truck was running, like I told you, the brake pedal wouldn't go to the floor. I pulled the hose off of here, I had vacuum there. But I had nothing coming from here. If I shut the vehicle off and would pull the hose off, there was no indication of any vacuum being held inside this booster. So even though I didn't have the proper amount of vacuum, this is why you put an extra canister on, to hold more extra vacuum in there. And if that don't work for you, you can buy a little electric motor. They're around $250, that's Canadian now, for all us American viewers that are watching. They're $250 Canadian. You mount it somewhere, you have it so it comes on with the key, and what it does is that's always a little motor running to create a vacuum in here in case you do need it, in case you've even got a motor that's even more cammed up. But in this case, finally Lawrence got hold of someone at CPP and said, look, this guy knows what he's doing, can you help me out here? He got hold of them within 2 to 3 days. They said, yep, that's it, we'll send you one out, we're not going to argue with you. They sent me one out. This is the old one that looks perfectly brand new. I put the new one on, and wouldn't you know it, the brakes are now working. So Lawrence, thank you out there big time. I want to thank all the guys at the Old Car Center. I want everyone out there that's a Canadian, I want you to remember that number, look them up. They're in Langley, they're off of 200th Street. These guys are awesome. I've been dealing with them since I was 14 years old. The owner out there is Jim, you got Richard, you got John, you got Rick out there, you got Lawrence. All these guys know what they're doing. They're so good at what they know what they're doing is when you phone up and say I'm looking for a part, they rattle the part number off the top of their head. They're that good. 604-888-4412. I'm just pushing it there for you. Thanks a lot, guys at the Old Car Center, but thank you, CPP, because at the end of the day, you sent out a booster and they didn't even want the old one back. They said, you know what? Just chuck it in the garbage. We don't want it. And that's exactly where it's going to go because it doesn't work. Except maybe I'll keep these nuts and I might take this thing off and I might keep this too. There we go. But anyway, again, thank you guys. And everyone out there watching, Colby's truck is done, it's finished. Happy cruising, Colby. Unfortunately, it's February, it's raining, he wants his truck, he's gonna come and get it. What can I say? It's gonna get dirty. I hated showing you guys this truck on a day like today, but I had no choice. So anyway, we'll close the hood, we'll let the camera gal get some shots. And there you go. Thanks again, guys. Remember, it's always a good time and old time.